right. Hello everyone, happy Monday. Okay, welcome to yoga. So today's flexibility mobility fusion class will be yoga. And all you're going to need for it is a yoga mat. So any kind of mat just to give you a soft surface underneath. And 201, I might as well give our disclaimer. Okay. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Force members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness class is tailored to Canadian Armed Force personnel, becoming accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, please consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document, simply by clicking on the links below. So the Get Active questionnaire links will be posted shortly in the comments, and if it's not there, then you can go back and look at any of our other live videos on Facebook and find the link. So by continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there's a possibility of physical injury, and you agree to do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. All right. So otherwise, my name is Jessica Davis. I'm a fitness and sports instructor at CFB Gagetown in New Brunswick. And like I said, we're going to do a yoga class this afternoon. I've got windows popping up. A yoga class this afternoon is going to be a beginner to low moderate class. We're going to go into some balance and leg strengthening poses. So if you're familiar with yoga, kind of some Warrior 3 variations and flows. So lots of quads and glutes in the works for that today. So like I said, all you're going to need is a yoga mat, maybe some water close by. We don't play any music. I don't have any music playing, so if you want to add your own in the background, then feel free. And otherwise, we'll get started. So we're just going to start seated on our mat. So whatever position is comfortable for you for seated, so you can be with your legs crossed, you can have your feet flat on the floor in front of you, or you can outstretch your legs all the way. Whatever is comfortable for you to just sit on the floor and start some breathing exercises for a minute or two. So starting here, just close your eyes. Try to let all the noises around you just kind of fade out and disappear, and start to focus in on your breath. So take your first nice deep breath, inhale all the way. As you inhale, feel yourself sit up nice and tall, fully extending your spine, and then exhale and let that breath go, but keep that nice upright posture as you sit. Continue with a couple more very deep breaths, fully expanding through your chest and through your diaphragm. Maybe you want to put a hand over your chest and a hand over your belly to really feel your chest expand out and your belly expand out for those diaphragmatic breaths. And then just as you're breathing, trying to lengthen and slow down your breaths a little more with each one. On your next inhale, as you bring all of that air in, once you have filled your lungs and your diaphragm with as much air as you can, just hold that breath at the very top for an extra moment before you exhale everything back out. And as you exhale all of that air out, just take an extra moment to hold the bottom of that breath with all of the air expelled out of your lungs before you take your next inhale. And do that for a couple breaths. Do one more with that nice deep breath and a pause. And then return to just a fairly regular but still aware of the deep breaths, the long breaths that you want. Now you can choose to keep your eyes closed, or you can flutter them open if you would like. We're just going to start a little bit more movement in our seated position wherever you are. So eyes closed or eyes open, you can bring your right hand to the mat just beside you, and then lift your left hand up overhead, and then bring, if your eyes are closed, just turn your head up towards to face your hand, or you can bring your gaze up to your left hand if your eyes are open. Take one big inhale here, and then as you exhale, let the left hand float down to the left side of the ground beside you. Raise the right hand up in the air as you inhale. Reach your fingertips up nice and high. And exhale, let the right hand fall to the mat beside you. Inhale, the left hand rises up. And fully stretch and reach those fingers up to the sky. Exhale, let the left hand come down. Inhale, right hand up. Stretch and reach. Exhale. Inhale, left side one more time. And exhale, come back to center. This time we're going to add a bit of a twist. So inhale, bring your left hand to your right knee. The right hand is going to reach back behind you and set on the ground. Inhale, stack your spine up nice and tall, and just slightly turn your torso over towards that right knee. Exhale, let your torso fold a little bit and come back to center. Inhale, open up to the left. Right hand comes to left knee, left hand reaches behind you. Inhale, stack your spine right up nice and tall. And exhale, kind of let yourself crumple and fold a little bit. And as you inhale back over to the right side, stack your spine up nice and tall. Exhale, let your back round and crumple a little bit. And then inhale nice and tall again over to the left. Exhale, and give your back a little round and break. Inhale back over to the right side. Round your back, crumple up, and one more time to the left. And then keep the height and that nice tall stacking posture in your spine this time. And just come back to neutral. If your eyes are closed, you can just continue to really focus in on that breath. Take 3 more Nice deep breaths that you're aware of, that you're controlling. Good. Flutter your eyes open if they are closed. And bring your hands down over to your right side and bring your knees around behind you so we're coming into a tabletop position. So here in tabletop, our hands are directly under our shoulders, knees are directly under the hips. The tops of your feet can be flat on the mat, or you can tuck your toes under if you feel more stable that way. It's up to you. So from here, we're going to continue kind of a similar movement to seated, just in a new form. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your right hand up to the ceiling and bring your gaze up to your right hand, and then come back down. Let the right hand rest on the mat again and come back to center. Take one breath here at center. Exhale. Inhale, rise the right or the left hand up to the sky and look up at it. And exhale, lower back down to tabletop. Take one full breath here. Inhale, right hand back up to the sky. Let it go. One full breath. Left hand up as you inhale. Exhale. One full breath. One more time for the right side. Inhale up. Exhale back down. And the last one for the left. Inhale. And exhale down. One full breath here at center. Good. Open up your knees nice and wide to each edge of your mat and sink your hips back. Lengthen your hands out in front of you. Bring your forehead to the mat, or if it doesn't quite make it, you can put a book or a pillow or a block down in front of you. And just take a couple resting breaths in child's pose. Preparing yourself to energize and rise up and really start to build some fire and some heat in your legs. On your next inhale, rise back up into tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath. Bring your hands out in front of you a little bit further and come up off your knees into your first high plank. Take a breath here in high plank. Make sure your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your core is pulled in nice and strong to support you here. Feel your quads, the front of your thighs. Pull your kneecaps up towards your hips. Everything is nice and engaged here. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, push down through the palms of your hands. Lift your hips up and come into your first downward facing dog. Give your feet a little pedal. Do whatever you need to do to feel a little bit more settled into your first down dog. Take an inhale and down dog. Exhale. Look forwards to your hands and slowly walk your toes up towards your hands until you're in a forward fold. In the forward fold, let your hands grab opposite elbows and keep some bend in your knees to come into a ragdoll hang. You can stay in stillness in this ragdoll forward fold, or if you want to give a little sway from side to side, then you can do that too. Bring your hands back to the mat in front of you. Rise up just a little bit until you have a flat back. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale. Exhale, fold one more time. This time as you inhale, you're going to slowly lift and roll one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. The last thing that rises up is your head. Once your head is lifted, inhale your arms all the way up overhead. And palms to heart center for your exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to a flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands in front of your feet and slowly step yourself back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet a little bit again if you need to. As you look forward to your hands, bring your right knee to your chest and roll forward into a high plank with your knee in towards your chest. And then slow and controlled, step that right foot down in between your hands. So you're in a runner's lunge. Once you get your feet set up where you feel balanced, your feet are on opposite or on parallel tracks side by side, you can lift your hands off the mat and rise them up overhead into high lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, open up into a warrior two. Your feet are now perpendicular. The back foot meets up and is parallel to the back edge of your mat. The front foot, your toes are still facing forward. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, drop your right elbow to your right knee and lift the left hand up in the air. If you have the balance to look up at it, then you can do so. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, rise back up and reverse your warrior. Left hand comes to left thigh, right hand comes straight up in the air. You can bring your gaze up to it and rotate back to the warrior two. Rotate back forward, so bringing your back foot to face the front again, in line with your front foot. We're back in that high lunge. Bring both hands to frame your front foot. And slowly step the right foot back into your downward dog once again. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So as you look forward, you're going to hug the left knee in towards your chest and slow and controlled step that left foot down in between your hands. Get your feet nice and comfortable, running parallel to each other. Lift the hands and rise up into high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, rotate open to the right into your warrior two. Back foot is now running along the back edge of the mat. Front foot still facing forward with the toes. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the left elbow to the left knee. Rise the right hand straight up above you. Bring your gaze up to it if you have the balance. On your next inhale, windmill your hands up. Reverse your warrior. Right hand comes to right thigh. Left hand straight up in the air. You can direct your gaze up to it. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Rotate yourself forward. Back right foot rotates forward into that high lunge again. Inhale here. Exhale, hands down to frame the front left foot. And slowly step the left foot back into your downward dog. Look forward to your hands. Slowly walk both feet up towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly roll one vertebrae at a time all the way up to standing. Head is the last thing to lift. And inhale, rise the hands. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, shins, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. Step both feet back to high plank and then downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, looking forward, bring the right knee to the chest as you come to high plank. Slowly step the right foot down nice and controlled. Get your feet on those two tracks and rise up into high lunge. Inhale, open up right into warrior two on your exhale. Hold here for a couple breaths. Right elbow comes to right knee. Reach up with the left hand. Look up. Windmill the arms around. Reverse your warrior. Right hand up, left hand to the left thigh. Rise back up. Back into high lunge. Rotate around. And this time we're going to bring the back left foot forward a little bit and bring the foot flat on the mat at a 45-degree angle. So your front foot is facing directly forward, your back foot is slightly turned out on that 45-degree angle in your warrior one. From warrior one, we're going to start to float into warrior three. Slowly bring your hands forward and start to transfer all your weight into that front foot, coming up on the toes of your back left foot. Hands can be wherever you feel most comfortable, most balanced, maybe on your hips, on your shoulders, out straight to each side, forward and front. Slowly transferring all the weight onto that front right foot, letting the back left toes lift off the mat, and rising into Warrior Three. Take 3 full long breaths in Warrior Three. Keep a nice active foot in that back left side. One more breath in. And slow and controlled, set that back left foot into Warrior One once again. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, let them fall to frame the front right foot. And step it back into Downward Facing Dog. Same thing for the left side. As you roll forward, bring the left knee with you to your chest. Slowly step the left foot down between both hands. Rise up into high lunge. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, open up right into Warrior Two. Back foot rotates perpendicular to the front. Inhale. 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, bring right or left elbow to left knee. Inhale the right hand up overhead. On your next inhale, windmill your arms up and around to Reverse Warrior. Inhale, rise back up. And rotate yourself around back to high lunge. And then find your way into Warrior One. Front left foot faces directly forward. Back foot is on that 45-degree angle out to the right. From here in our Warrior One, we're going to slowly start to transfer all of our weight into that front left foot. Hands are wherever you feel balanced. And then eventually float that back right foot right off the mat. And 3 breaths here in Warrior Three. Nice and active in your right foot still. 1 more breath. And slowly set the back right foot down where it came from. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, float the hands down to frame the front left foot. Step it back into Downward Dog. Look forward to your hands. Step, hop, or jump up to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Head is the last thing to rise up. Let the hands come with you as well. And exhale, hands are centered. Take a couple breaths just standing. Eyes open or eyes closed. We're going to start to add a little more to our Warrior Three now. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. Step your feet back to high plank, and then to Downward Facing Dog. As you look forward to your hands, bring the right knee with you, and with control, step that right foot forward and through. Rise up into high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, open right up to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow to the right knee, left hand lifts. Windmill your hands up and around, reverse your warrior. And back into warrior two. Rotate around forward, come into warrior one. Shorten your stance a little bit. The back foot is at that 45-degree angle. And coming into warrior three again. Bring the weight into your front right foot. Start to tip forward and slowly float the back left foot off the mat. Now this time we're going to kind of flow back and forth between almost warrior one and warrior three. So we're just going to touch the toe down and then lift back up into warrior three. Okay, so try that. Just using your balance. Just touch the toe or maybe the ball of your foot, of your back left foot down, and then come back up to warrior three. Touch down and rise back up. Start to feel that fire burning in your right leg. Keep breathing. Two more. Touch down. Last one, come on up. And slowly set the left foot back down to warrior one. Whew. Let the hands fall to frame the right foot and step it back into downward dog. Shake out that right leg a little bit if you need to. Straight into the left side, looking forward. Bring your left knee with you as you come to high plank. Step the left foot down between your hands. Inhale up to high lunge. Exhale, rotate through warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Right arm rises. Windmill back up and through to reverse your warrior. And back around to warrior two. And then bring your stance into warrior one. Same thing on this side. We're going to come to warrior three. And then flow back and forth between tapping the toes down and rising up. Here we go. Bring the weight into the left foot. Rise into warrior three. And here we go for five. Touch the toes down and rise back up. Don't put too much weight into that back right foot. It's just tapping down enough, and then you're rising back up. Make sure you come all the way back to warrior three before you start moving back down. Two more. Last one. Tap down, come back up. And coming back down to warrior one. Inhale, exhale, hands down to frame the left foot. Step it back into downward dog. Step, hop, or jump. Feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Bring the hands up with you. Exhale, hands to heart center. And take a few breaths here in standing. Give yourself a little rest. You can grab a sip of water if you need it. And I'll meet you back in standing. 3 more breaths here. This time on your inhale, hands rise, look up to your hands, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands come to the mat and step your feet back to downward dog. One more variation and flow for warrior 3. So as you look forward, bring your right knee to the chest with you and slowly step that right foot down. Rise up into high lunge. Open up to warrior 2. Inhale. As you exhale, right elbow to right knee, left hand rises. Reverse your warrior, right hand up. Back to warrior 2. Rotate forward to warrior 1. All right. Let's do this last one, warrior 3. So we're going to tip forward, bringing the weight into that right leg. Move back a little bit. Right leg, rise the left toes off. And here we are in warrior 3. So wherever your hands are, to keep you nice and balanced. Nothing else is going to move, but we're going to bend into that right leg. Your right knee is bending, and then lift your torso back up to a straight right leg. We're going to do this 5 times. Bend into the right leg, lower, and rise back up. Ooh, feel that one. Lower, push, and rise back up through the right leg. Lift your left leg a little higher. Down, and rise up. You can bring some arm movement into it if you want. Last one, down, and rise up. Lift the left leg a little higher. Slowly step it back to warrior 1. Inhale, rise the hands. Exhale, frame that front right foot. Step it back to down dog. Pedal that out. Shake out your right leg a little. One more side for the left. As you look forward to your hands, bring the left knee with you. Step the left foot down. Rise up to high lunge. Open up to warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow, left knee, right hand rises. Reverse your warrior. And rise back up to warrior 2, and then rotate through to warrior 1. One more big leg burn on this left side in warrior 3. Here we go. Rise forward. Lift the back right toes, warrior 3. And start your knee bend. Bend into the left leg and rise back up. Lift the back right foot. Bend into the left leg and rise back up. My balance is going. Bend into the left leg, rise back up. Bend and rise. One more time, bend and rise. Step back into warrior one. Inhale, rise the hands. Exhale, hands come down. And step back into downward dog. And shake that out on your left side. Bring your knees down to the mat nice and wide. Knees come out to each edge of your mat. Toes are together. Sink your hips back for a child's pose. Nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, rise up into tabletop. So we're on hands and knees again. We'll just finish off here with a little stretch. Bring your right knee in towards your chest and step the right foot forward between your hands. Create a little bit more space between your front foot and your back knee. Bend forward, come forward, lift your chest. You can keep your hands on the mat. You can use blocks or books or your water bottle, whatever you need to bring some height into your low lunge here. Sit forward and then bring your hands to the mat. Walk your hands back towards your back left knee. Let your right toes lift up and feel a stretch through the back of your right leg. Walk your hands forward to that low lunge again. Lift the chest. And walk the hands back. Let the right toes lift and stretch the back of the right leg. One more time, walk it forward. Rise the chest. And hands come to the mat, walk the hands back towards the left knee. Let the right toes lift. Come back to center. Both hands flat on the mat. Let the right knee come back to meet the left. Same thing on the left side. Bring the left knee to your chest. And bring the left foot forward between your hands. Create enough space. Open up. Maybe rise a little bit for your low lunge. Right foot or left foot in front. Hands to the mat. Walk your hands back towards the right knee. Let the left toes lift. And feel that stretch through the back of your left leg. Walk the hands forward, low lunge. Bring the chest up nice and tall. Hands to the mat. Walk it back towards your right knee. Let the left toes lift. One more time, walk it forward. And one more time, hands to the mat, walk it back. And back to center. Swing the left foot back around to meet the right. And come to whatever position is comfortable for you for just the last few breaths, either seated or if you have a little bit more time for some relaxation, then feel free to lie down for Savasana. Wherever you are, we'll just finish off with 3 nice deep breaths. If you want to incorporate arms into it, you can, or you can just sit in stillness with some nice deep breaths. Remember to fill your chest as well as fill your belly and your diaphragm for those nice deep, deep breaths. Here we go. 3 deep breaths all together. Inhale. Nice and full. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale all the way in. And exhale all the way out. Like I said, if you have time to just sit or lie down for some relaxation, then please do so. Continue to focus in on your breath. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me for today's yoga class. And I look forward to seeing you again later in this week. And yeah, everyone have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.